Welcome back, beautiful humans, to the Grey Script and Everything in Between podcast with me, Ellie. Today's episode is called Look in the Mirror and Be Kind. And trust me, this one's going to be powerful. I feel like I say that a lot at the start of each podcast. These podcasts, the titles, the content, that just comes to me. So none of this is planned. Every single week that I think about what I need to talk about in the podcast, something comes to me and I write a script off of that. So I'm hoping that you will find that these podcasts not only are helpful, but they are also easy for you to kind of watch and come back to when you need it. So today, we're going to talk about triggers. The things that set us off, the things that shake us, the things that make us react in ways we're not proud of. And we're also talking about the opposite, about choosing kindness, choosing compassion, choosing the mirror instead of the mask. This one is hitting pretty personal to me at the moment. So sit with this one, let it land, and if this episode hits home for you, please share it, follow, hit subscribe, and invite someone else into this space to grow with us. So, what triggers really are? Let's start with this. We all have triggers. Some people don't like using the word triggers. Some people prefer other ways to express how it feels, but to me, it does trigger me. It triggers a reaction from me, which I wish that it didn't. And that's something that I'm still working with today. So, yeah, we all have triggers or these things that you like to call something else. We all have those moments when something hits a nerve so deep it feels like it lights up your entire body. For me, I get triggered when someone lies, when someone attacks my character, and when someone tries to control me. Now, it's taken me a long, long time to figure out what exactly triggers me. I couldn't kind of put them in a category until recently. So let's break this down. Why do certain things trigger us so deeply? It's because a trigger isn't about what's happening right now. It's a trigger about what happened before. A trigger is an old wound touched by a new hand. When someone lies, it stirs old fear. I can't trust people. I'm not safe. When someone attacks my character, it hits the belief maybe I'm not enough. And when someone tries to control me, it touches the wound I've lost myself before. I won't do it again. Triggers are protective mechanisms. Your mind isn't trying to harm you. It's trying to keep you safe from something you survived once but haven't fully healed from. So I'd love to know if this episode resonates with you. You can post anonymously in the Grey Script and Everything in Between Facebook group, or you can message me directly. What happens in the brain and body when you get triggered? Okay, let's talk about biology for a moment because understanding the science gives us the power back. When you're triggered, your amygdala fires up. This is the fear center of the brain. It detects threat, whether the threat is real or emotional. Your prefrontal cortex shuts down. This is the part responsible for logic, emotional regulation, decision making, and calm reasoning. That's why when you've been triggered, you might say things you don't mean, react instead of respond, shut down, cry, get defensive, overthink, feel overwhelmed. Your body goes into survival mode. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Your heart rate increases, your breathing changes, your muscles tighten, your stomach drops, you feel off, you feel small, you feel attacked. Your body is reliving a memory even if you don't consciously remember it. Now, a few episodes back, I said how, I think it was in the episode, It's All Connected. I was saying how if anything trauma related happened to you before the age of 25, that kind of puts this fear, flight, fight emotion. Your prefrontal cortex takes up until 25 to develop fully, and that's the one that kind of can turn off the switch once it gets switched. But if anything happens to you before you're 25 and that switch isn't there to turn it off, that's why it can cause all these wounds. It can cause ill health. It can cause so many things. And triggers for me, because a lot happened in my life between the age of 7 and 25, and I have done a hell of a lot of healing, but there's obviously some things that are still, I'd love to be able to not respond to, not react. But it also makes me human. Like, I'm not perfect. I never said that I was. I know that I've been through a lot, and I can't expect my brain, my mind to just heal overnight. It's a long process, and it's just the choosing that's what you want to do. You want to change your life. You want to change how it's been, and you don't want to be the person that you were. You want to make that change and move forward, and only you can decide to do that. So why do triggers feel so intense? Because a trigger isn't logical, it's emotional memory. Your subconscious is saying, we've been here before, we didn't like it, protect yourself. And here's the truth many people don't realize. A trigger is not a sign that you are weak. A trigger is a sign that something in you is asking to be healed. Now, when this message came to me, this podcast message came to me, and I wrote the script and I read it back, it made me cry because I don't think we don't like as people to think that anything can have that much of an impact on us. But if you've been through certain things that have taken away your own power and made you feel like you are less than you are, it's a real hard battle. But getting up every single day and choosing you, that you do not want that life that you was, and you want to kind of move on and progress, that is the starting point when you just get up every day and choose to do things differently. So why letting someone trigger you is giving away your power? Here's something important. When someone can trigger you, they can control you. Not because they're powerful, but because you've handed over access to your emotional wiring. If someone can push your buttons, they're the ones steering the ship. So today we're shifting from they made me feel to this feeling came from me and I can change it. That shift is where your power lies. Awareness is the first step to taking ownership of your emotional world. So, tools, tips to rewire trigger responses. Here are tools that actually work. Use these over time, not once. You need to be doing it over time. 21 days creates a habit. 90 days changes your life. You need to just be practicing these every day. So your subconscious gets new instructions. And these are going to be hard. Believe me, the older you are, the harder these will be. Because we're already in that habit. We've already got that programming. We all already react the way we do. We do the things we do. These are going to be hard. But healing, no one said it's going to be easy. When you're changing your life, when you're changing your frequency, when you are standing up for yourself and owning your power, that's not easy. Because if it was easy, so many more people would be doing it. So here we go. And I know how hard these are because I'm the one who wrote them down. Pause before you react. When you feel triggered, breathe. Now, how hard is that going to be? I've tried it. It's hard. Don't respond yet. Don't defend. Don't attack. Your amygdala wants you to rush. Your power lies in the pause. So when someone does something, when someone lies to you, when someone is trying to tell you to do something you don't want to do, or if someone is attacking your character, and these are the three, obviously, that I can use for myself. I'm sure that you've got others. Pause. Don't rush in. And honestly, that is the hardest thing. So I'm with you. Identify the real wound. Ask yourself, what does this remind me of? When have I felt this before? What belief is being touched? Most triggers lead back to childhood, past relationships, or old self-worth wounds. Reparent the moment. Say to yourself, I am safe. This is old pain trying to protect me. I choose a new response. This soothes your nervous system instantly. Now, I recommend that you write these down and have somewhere that you can, maybe when you wake up every single morning, that you can read them. Just so you are starting to reprogram your thinking, your conditioning, before you do anything, before you touch your phone, before you get up to go to the toilet, have these beside your bed and just read through them. Just so it's fresh in your mind for that day, because let's face it, we never know what's going to come at us during the day. Ground your body. Put your feet flat on the floor, drop your shoulders, relax your jaw, and slow breathe in. Now, if you've got a mirror, a square or rectangular mirror in your room, or a window, or maybe a cupboard door, a good breathing exercise is to breathe in as you're looking up, breathe out as you're looking across, breathe in as you're looking down, breathe out as you're looking across, and do that as many times as you need to. And again, it's not something you will automatically do, but if you look for a mirror, a door, a window, and focus on that and you're breathing, it will start a change. So your body tells your mind what's happening. Calming the body calms the trigger. And then we're going to reframe it. Instead of saying they hurt me, try the situation is teaching me. Instead of saying I'm angry, try I'm learning what still needs healing. Give yourself a break. You know, we, at my age now, I'm approaching 50. I know that this sort of work takes time. And just when you think that you're getting there, something else will come along. You just need to trust yourself. You know what you need to do. I think as well, I wish like the thing that I need to learn is the no one when the people lie to me or they're attacking my character, or they're trying to control me. That's not a me problem. That's a them problem. Um, and that is a very, if you can see, wait a minute, it's got nothing to do with me. Like, they're lying because basically people lie when things that they're doing are wrong. That's not my problem. That's not my fault. That's their problem. That's a them problem. If someone's attacking my character, well, if they haven't chosen to get to know me for who I am, why is that my problem? It's not my problem. That again is a them problem. And if someone's trying to control me, then they have no idea who I am and what I've been through. And trying to control someone, again, is not my problem. It's their problem. So even if you can like have a post-it note somewhere in your house that says this is a them problem, and just see the lighter side of it, because let's face it, if we stress about things, it can make us ill. I've given myself migraines over things like this in the past. So if you just have that, is this a me problem or is it a them problem? And then if you can just give yourself a break and laugh, or just drop your shoulders, or just think, wait a minute, why am I letting this affect me as much as it is? And also do the mirror work. This is the hard one. I know so many of you will probably struggle with this, but I do recommend it. I've been doing this now for the last 6 months. Highly recommend it. So this is your homework to do every morning alongside reading a list. Stand in front of the mirror and say, I love you. I accept you. I am proud of you. Today, we will make a difference. This reprograms the subconscious faster than anything else. Who's heard of the law of perpetual transmutation? The law of perpetual transformation of energy is quite I've only recently come across this. Um, it's a universal law that ties everything in this episode together. And I didn't even know this was a thing. Like literally, it came into my head, which is why I wrote it down. And then I had to look into it a bit more. So, the law of perpetual transmutation. This law states that energy is always moving, and you always have the ability to change low energy into high energy. Your thoughts become emotions, become actions, become habits, become your life. When you get triggered and stay triggered, the energy spirals downward. It compounds. But if you interrupt the trigger, if you pause, breathe, reframe, and shift from reaction to redirection, you turn emotional chaos into emotional clarity. And through this podcast, we've built everything you need to do that: the self awareness, self esteem, self acceptance, personal responsibility, healing, conscious choice making, and understanding your mind. Every episode has been leading to this moment, the moment you realize you are not powerless, you are programmed, programmable, and you hold the pen. You get to decide, you get to choose. So how strange was that? That literally that law came to me and it just wrapped up everything. Remember a couple of episodes back, I said about the like the energy chart and how things like people who believe that they're actually doing good for other people, maybe it comes from greed, which is a very low vibrational energy. So they will never get any further than where they are because they haven't actually done the work themselves. They feel like whatever they're doing is the right thing, that they are manifesting and that they are like making things that happen, but it really shouldn't be that hard. And that's where when things become hard, you need to kind of look outside the box, like why is this so hard? Things should flow. So let's return to the girl in the mirror and bring it full circle. Look in the mirror and be kind. You talk to yourself more than you talk to anyone else. So what you say becomes what you believe. What you believe becomes your subconscious program. Your program becomes your actions become your results. So if you call yourself stupid, your subconscious will start looking for evidence. If you say, I'm not good enough, your behavior will align with that belief. If you constantly criticize yourself, you will live in a state of emotional survival. But if you choose compassion, if you choose encouragement, if you choose to speak to yourself like someone you love, your entire life changes. One sentence at a time, one thought at a time, one mirror moment at a time. I love you. I accept you. I am proud of you. These words don't just heal you, they transform the path you want. And I'm not sure if we have covered this, but your, I'm sure we have. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's true and what's not true. It just believes what you tell it. So stop telling it things that are not true. Like you're useless, you're stupid, you can't do anything right. Everything's always going wrong. Why is everything happening to me? Stop saying those things. It's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that all this is going to be easy, but the fact being that you're here and you're listening means that you want to change. So, thank you for spending this time with me. In this episode, if this episode gave you something to think about or something to heal, please follow, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message today. And if you want to go deeper, you can work with me privately or be coached and or be coached through your triggers, your patterns, and your healing. I'm currently taking on paid clients, so just reach out. Remember, every day, look in the mirror and be kind. Your future self is listening. Until next time, thanks for the support. Thank you for wanting to do this work with me, and I'll see you next time.